Okay, here we are.
So we have the rogue against the druid. It's really hard. Like, we talked about this matchup often enough, and the rogue can win it with a good start or a bad start from the druid side, but yeah. In most cases, like Zap could counter a huge innovate play or something, but here, with the wild growth and the zombie shower early, we see druid of the flame.
Yeah, and mind control tech. Mind
Yeah,
control. Oh, this card can actually come into use very soon because we see a valid teacher plus coin plus deadly poison stuff like this, which actually floods the board a lot. And if you're able to steal the valid teacher, it's such a big swing because you can just clear the tokens easily.
but for that, like he has to get into this position, and I think it's really rare that he will get the actual value out of the mind control attack. But here with the poison coin as I7, he clears the druid of the flame.
Oh.
We also see the Senjin here, which kinda tells us that if he plays Senjin and mind control attack,
It's a
he will
ramp,
really
right?
use it to counter aggressive decks, and yeah.
Okay. So what's his play here? It's a really awkward hand because you don't really have any activation for valid teacher right up, but I guess you just have to drop it and kill the Senjin right up.
Yeah, I just hope at this point that he can't deal with it, and then the turn after you can snowball from that. So
No, yeah, but it's such a defensive deck, really here from the Druid, and we've seen Ram Druid in the past, and I guess it's classic Ram here with the Senjins and the Sludge Belchers, and it's been doing actually not really bad. People have been, if it manages to establish an early board presence and goes to these stages where you can drop Kel'Thuz out and make your to revive basically your big tones like Asian of War and Sludge Belcher and whatever. It becomes a really big danger, and but again, the rogue is a class that doesn't really have problem with clearing big boards. His only problem is he doesn't have Blade Flurry yet.
well, also I wouldn't be that sure yet that it is a ramp through it, because we did not see like any of the actual huge stuff. It could also be only a defensive combo druid.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, here with a quite good clear, but he's already down to 14 HP at
Yeah.
this point of the game. Well, he gets the zombie chow heal, but still,
Well,
and he gets the mind control attack.
let's see what he gets. Oh, okay, this is amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
he would have
that's why he
preferred.
has the easy board clear now.
Oh man, if he had stolen the valid teacher, this would be so much game right now.
Yeah,
But the problem with Druid is he's running out of cards. The Innervate is a dead card basically if you don't
yeah.
have anything to play with. So
But the rogue has cards and can do anything with them.
yeah, that's
This is also a dead hand for him.
oh okay. Oh he's gonna play an empty. Wow.
Yeah, just so
So
he
he
can
can
put in
clear.
something else if he gets like a sprint or something next turn. So he can still prep flurry or something. So with 2 oils, that's correct here to get rid of one and prepare to clear the board with it.
But this get so much damage on the board already. 8 damage on from the Druid. So if he doesn't clear this, with a flurry or something, oh god, this is not really something he wants. I guess.
You might be forced to zap here.
Yeah, I think you have to sub the Druid, I guess, and then eviscerate one of the other guys. 'Cause, or maybe and then clear the other, but then you're at like 8 health, so almost everything kills you.
He also should know that he kept like a card like the inno- what we know is an innovate for quite a long time, which could also be like a force of nature or a raw or
Yeah.
savage royal.
Okay, so he's gonna leave the. Wow. Okay, this is
Yeah,
brutal.
Lothair kind of sets this up because it's just such a strong card. Yeah,
And this is. I guess you can play the mind control tech as well. I mean, it's not like the druid will rogue will repopulate the board anytime soon. It's stupid to just hold it for if he gets another violet teacher and if he gets tokens again. But okay,
yeah,
it's
it's over.
so top takes game one. His druid is locked down, and we'll go into game two. Let's see what matchup we get. I'm just gonna swap the classes fast because uh, okay, what's happened? So the druid is out, I guess, and he's left with hunter and mage against warlock, rogue, and shaman. And I really like going hunter here, personally, because it works well against shaman, I guess, with unleash. Um, it works well against rogue, if it's especially if it's face hunter, and against warlock. Again, it's if it's zoo, it's a decent matchup for hunter. If it's handlock, again we commented on it earlier. Maybe it's gotten better for Warlock, but I still feel it's Hunter's matchup.
Yeah, so we don't know yet what kind of mage he plays. So
Yeah,
I think the hunter has quite
that,
some good matchups. So he could try to get to the win of the hunter now.
yeah, and this is what he's gonna do, as we predicted. So, and it's a face Hunter, I guess, judging by the abusive sergeant. Um, and Pompi will once again go with the rogue. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
if yeah,
that should be a quite good matchup for the hunter with a good start.
exactly. But there's kind of knives for Pompi, which is generally good against face counter, but his hand is quite resilient actually to this, and he has such a strong curve. I mean, Leopard now into Hunt Creeper, and then on turn 4 he can, knife and unleash if there's like any Violet Teacher shenanigans, and it's big chance that there will be.
But the rogue hand also has the early removal he needs and the stuff to develop the board after it with the violet teacher. So everything could happen here.
Yes, he'll just face tank this Leopard now, and this is something I actually prefer to do. Not waste backstab. Like if I didn't get if you don't get a Violet Teacher or the SI7 agent, you don't really have an easy way to combo backstab. I guess it's okay to use it on a Leopard Gnome, but since you get both these cards and you can use backstab as a cheap enabler, I guess you can spare. You can afford getting 6 in the face.
She goes for the backstab SI7 now, which is the thing he did set up by saving the backstab, so
Yeah.
gets to develop the board a little bit.
This will be a game of answers, and because I think you just drop the horn bow and clear the threat.
Yeah, I guess you have to, because you have no other good developing play. So he goes for
Okay.
the animal companion and gets the Leog.
Mm,
Not good for him.
yeah, like he would have hoped for Misha, I guess.
Yeah,
In this case,
or
like
even depending on it, a Hoffer, because he already has so much damage in his hand to follow it up. So Do
Okay,
you
so
see the knife juggler unleash combo coming up?
yeah, now
With
now the
back
Leok
with
is
the Leok, yeah.
so the crappy Leok is really good now.
But in the end, the question is how much he can actually clear with it, or how much damage he can do with it.
I mean it's at least just for two, but still, if the juggles fall in the right place,
What
that's
is the
not the
right
right
place
place.
here?
I guess here.
Yeah, but do you have to clear the Wild Teacher now? I guess, but you,
I mean, you don't like if it goes out of control. You don't really have an easy way to clear it. Like you don't have your second unleash or explosive trap. Like I would have gone for face or if there was an answer to valid teacher. But
yeah,
since there isn't, uh, I guess
but
he's good.
I guess he's also afraid of getting raised down,
Yeah,
but losing so much damage now is also not good for him, and he gets the trade into the knife juggler here anyways, or he goes for the other way around, but
yeah.
it's a
Okay.
board clear and he keeps his 3-1, so it will be hard for the hunter.
I mean, this was the only place I guess you cannot really leave Knife Jeweler standing there.
Yeah, I guess he could have played the Drake and left the Leog alive, but yeah. So do you go for bow explosive trap here?
Yeah, I guess you have to and just hit face.
But maybe you will also just hero power to maximize your hero powers coming in, and like the SI7 isn't that much of a threat at the moment.
Okay, so this is smart from Pompi, like not attacking. You don't really want to give extra charge to the bow of the
Yeah,
hunter, and you're not really of any danger of dying right now. But you might be because there's
yeah.
Arcane Golem into
But
abusive into hero power, which is 8 damage.
like you should know at this point, yeah, that you have to raise most likely.
Okay,
So
yeah,
why wouldn't you attack to make the raise even possible? Because by not attacking here, he will decide to trade more into minions, and yeah,
yeah. So he decides to save the quick shot, which is the smart thing to do.
uh,
You can always activate it next turn. You don't really need the card draw now because you cannot really use it. It's already at 5 HP, so the rock will be dead if he doesn't find the heal. And
did we see a heal bot in the mulligan?
yes, there was a heal ball
Uh,
definitely. So he actually needs this, and because he doesn't get it,
uh, it's
that's
over.
game. That
He doesn't know it yet, but there is the quick shot in the hand. That's also a good thing about keeping it, that you do not reveal how much damage you actually have.
yeah. So I mean, he'll try to figure out a way of it, and I guess the correct decision is just trade everything and, maybe even drop other Drake here to, if you're not dead, to at least increase your chances for heal bot, in the coming turns, because Paladin Trader doesn't really do anything, um, and Azure Drake is the same power. Oh, here he'll just clear this. Okay. Okay, so he'll just try to outrace the hunter, by blade flaring here. Yeah, we're commentating something that's already over. Basically, it's gonna be quick shot into hero power, easy game 2 for Tope. This was really quick. We're getting a lot of quick matches this week, and it might be another 3-0. Uh, I did not expect this. Usually these guys are, usually we get really good and close matchups, unless, Nelly is crushing people. But okay, so it's down to the mage of Tope against the entire lineup of Pompi, and as Pompi, okay, we already seen Rogue, which is not sure if you want to risk Rogue before seeing what mage he plays, right? So maybe you go for something more standard. Like I don't know what his warlock is, but I feel that both Zoo and Henlock have decent chances against either mage archetype if the possibilities are mech or freeze. Can't hear you, by the way. I think you muted your microphone. Nope, still can't hear you.
Should
Yeah.
work now.
Yes,
Okay.
we're back. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, yeah. Again, as we predicted, Warlock against what seems to be a tempo mage, and it might be Flame Waker, because if you see Mana Worm, you know that there are a lot of cheap spells, and if there are a lot of cheap spells, there's usually Flame Waker, especially in post Blackrock Mountain meta.
I guess the flame. We talked about this deck earlier, and let's see how it performs here against the. Seems to be a handlock.
It's Alex Straza in Handlock. I haven't seen this in a while. Usually, the players think that Mal'Ganis and Doctor Boom plus minus Giants is an okay curve. And I don't really know if you have to add Alex Straza to it, but I guess it's. I mean, it's not terrible.
The decision is often between Jiraxis and Alexstrasza, so
Yeah, I just feel like Jirax is stronger because you can, especially if you're playing void colors, you can also use it with them.
the advantage of Alexstrasza is that you can also use it offensively. Like if you're ahead on the board and your opponent wasn't able to deal with like an early giant or something, you can Alexstrasza your opponent and get him down to 7 with just the giant on the board.
Yeah, that's very true as well. So Tope is in a really good position. Like he's putting a lot of damage on the board, and the draw from the free echoing was absolutely great because it put some damage on the board, and there's not really a Hellfire in hand, and for Shadow Flame you obviously need. Oh God, Jesus! I so much love this, so much love. Oh, just play the counter spell, buddy. Just play the counter spell. You can always fireball a giant and trade a Mana Worm, but
I think at this point you won't go for fireballing a giant. Like your opponent has to deal with your board first.
Okay.
Even though the mirror entity is so strong in this matchup,
yeah.
you have to play the counter spell here just to play around the AoE potentially upcoming.
Okay, so no big deal. Top doesn't really care. This is such an awkward hand for the handlock. What do you play?
Handlock problems, having 10 cards in hand,
Yeah,
no play.
nothing playable. Like next turn is like if it doesn't get anything better, like maybe but even giant is no go. I guess you just have to call in Emperor, right?
Yeah. But at least you know it's not a mirror entity at this point, so that gives you a good call about the Coin Emperor. Okay, there's the Drake.
Okay, you can. What? No. Okay.
Yeah, the counter. Oh yeah, we forgot about the coin countering the counter spell, so there's no Coin Emperor play.
Right, I think you.
About it.
Yeah.
You have to Drake here and hope it just sticks and then get a Shadow Flame.
Wow. I love Secrets Mage, man. They're so much fun, especially if you stack it with like every secret possible. Like you play. I used to play it with double mirror entity, single counter spell, and single duplicate, and it screws so much your opponent because they get panicked, especially people on ladder which are not used to seeing unorthodox decks. They panic so big. I mean the counter spell is gone, so there will be like maybe a shadow flame play here next turn.
Yeah, he has to. Like, this is still his only board player, and there's a huge board in front of him. And Tope decides how much he wants to commit here around the Molten Giant. And maybe if he wants to play around the AoE by attacking a bit.
I mean, he cannot really kill the Drake. Okay, so he basically
Yeah.
stops attacking, and
It's always good to leave your opponent at an odd health amount if he has even mana crystals, because like the taunts are always uneven, so that's like the trade you want to make. And yeah, the taunt here is really strong. It's in the Shadow Flame.
it's fireballable though, and there's another free mirror entity actually coming with it, if he wants to. And I guess this is the play. And not sure if you want to push for damage. If you didn't really push last turn, you don't want to push it now. Oh, so he's not gonna fireball. Okay.
Yeah, hiding your potential burst is always good, and he can also trade like this way. So I think probably would also be happy with the Drake eating a fireball, like
Okay.
if he could still follow it up.
So now that Tope, like Pompi is in an awkward spot. Like he wants to drop this Mountain Giant, but there's a secret, so he always has to consider Mirror Entity. And the problem is all of his minions are really good, so he doesn't really want to Mirror Entity any of them. Um, he might consider, playing a spell here, like Siphon Soul something maybe, but again, you also have to fear, Counterspell because you already saw it.
Like Mirror Entity can be really, it's either really strong against the handler, or it's just bad if it like what what do you get from Mirror Entitying Ancient Watcher or something?
Yeah.
So it's either really strong or does nothing.
But the Pompi gets an antique heal bolt, which I think you have
Mm.
to play it because it's two birds with one stone. You heal back up and you give it a, well, relatively crappy minion. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's like one of your best Mirror Entity targets, but
I don't like it at all because what happens if there's double fireball? You die.
well, you can't gamble on your opponent having double fireball with being only 12 cards into the deck. Like that's a risk you sometimes have to play around.
Yeah, okay, so
But
it's a flame micro mage indeed.
yeah,
As we said, now he has to heal up.
yeah,
But the problem is he cannot really play anything else, and
doesn't
there's
develop the board at all with this.
the okay, so it's 7, 9, 15 damage for the mage just now. Oh, he taps, so he can actually die if the Flamewaker hits face twice.
Yeah,
But I guess you just Dr. Boom here.
that's like the safest play in such good of a position, and you most likely